Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to the Liverpool guide for FM19. Now, this is going to be my favourite one as a Liverpool fan. You can all probably tell that I'm a Liverpool fan by my Scouse accent. Before, just thought I'd get in before the comments. In these guides, we're going to take a look through the club from top to bottom, see what they expect us to achieve and all that good stuff, where we might need to strengthen, broad chat on tactics, and also want you guys to get involved in the comments and give all your tips and tricks on what's worked for you so far and what hasn't worked for you, transfers, ins and outs, and all that good stuff. Put them in the comments below, help each other out. So, what do the board expect us to... I'm assuming top 4? Champions League. Okay, final of the FA Cup. Don't give a shit about the League Cup. Champions League, semi-final. Ooh. That's a tricky one, isn't it? Okay. Most of these things, like if you can finish top 4 and you got to the quarters, you'd probably be fine. You wouldn't get sacked or anything. But how much money are you going to give us? 40 mil skis and 350 grand a week on wages. So that's possibly adjustable to give us a few more million. Okay, but one sort of big name player, we can live with that. Obviously, we've got the Champions League, so we're going to need a decently sized squad. But obviously, Liverpool have strengthened this season and got a bit more squad depth, so we'll take a look at them. Staff-wise, actually really, really good staff setup. I'd keep the staff we have here and just hire a couple more. We've got really good. This, however, we've got 20 scouts and we're way off being the best in the league. So I imagine a lot of these scouts are pretty shit. So I'd probably dump a few of them, replace them. The rest looks all fine, though. Lack quality depth in goal. That's a very rude thing to say about Mignolet. Depth at left back, Moreno. Better depth would be Lovren. I can't believe they'd say such rude things. Right, let's have a look at this squad, shall we? I'm interested to know who got upgrades this year compared to last year. Like, I'm assuming Robertson will be better. I'm looking forward to seeing Shaqiri, who doesn't look great, does it, for him? Remember, these star ratings are compared to your team. So, look, let's move Karius. We do have the depth in goal. I wonder if he's recallable. No, he's not recallable, but that's fine. If we keep him, when he comes back, it's 23 million. So next season, that's a bonus 20 million if you're going to sell him or bring him in as backup. So we've got Alison Becker, who's amazing. He was actually quite average in FM18. Obviously, he's had a couple of amazing years, so he's kind of springboarded. But obviously, he's going to be our goalkeeper for the next 10 years. Mignolet's a fine backup. I don't have any problems with him unless you wanted to. He's worth 20 million. I'm not sure if you'll get all that, but you could bring in a younger backup and get a bit of cash. Dejan Lovren, much maligned, but he's a fine squad player. I don't think he should be first choice, but he's decent in the game. I'd quite happily keep him. Virgil van Dijk, I can't believe he's only 4-star. That is absolutely horseshit. But, because he's like the best centre-back in the world. Yeah, don't at me. I'm not biased at all. He's a beast. Obviously, he's going to be a first-choice centre-back. We've got Joel Matip, a little bit injury-prone, 5 to 8 weeks. He's kind of Lovren levels, but that's fine. If we've got, 2 main centre-backs and then we have Lovren and Matip as the backup. Obviously, in real life, Joe Gomez has kicked on and become an amazing centre-back, which we all thought he would. And he is very good in the game as well. 4.5-star potential. I would be quite happy starting him at centre back. He can fill in at right back, but he's not very attacking wise. But both of these players are all good at playing out of defence as well. So I'm quite happy with our 4 centre backs. I think you might need. We'll have a look at the under 23s and under 18s. There might be a youngster as a 5th centre back that we can just have just in case we get a bit of an injury crisis. So on to right backs. Nathaniel Klein is interesting, transfer listed. I'd probably go along with that, to be honest. I think Trent's definitely taken his spot, and if we can get 20 million quid for him, I'll be quite happy with that. Fabinho can also play right back, and he is very good at it, as well as DM and CM and centre back-ish. Yeah, he could do a job. Maybe he could be the 5th choice centre back. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, obviously this guy just needs to play every game that he's fit. He's going to get better and better. He's only 19. He's an absolute beast. On the left-hand side, we've got Andrew Robertson. 3.5-star, I think it's a bit harsh. I think he's proved to be very, very good. But attribute-wise, absolutely solid. Nothing that he's spectacular at, but he's just a solid all-rounder. Like I'd give him stamina of 18, 19, natural fitness. He runs about like a crazy person. Great going forward, great defensively, very happy with the left-back option. Moreno's a decent backup. I still think he's pretty good in this game, probably a little bit too good, but we'll take it. Milner also, as we know, can fill in at left-back, right-back, goalkeeper. He can flip burgers, he can do director, he's a professional race driver. He does everything you'd ever want him to be. He'd kill someone for you. He's a great assassin. Anything you want. Just have him on the bench or playing, and he'll play wherever you like. He'll do a job, which is all really nice, that sort of player to have on the bench. Because I'm not sure if I'd have him starting now, to be honest, because we've got a lot of good players, but fantastic bench player to have. Whether he will be happy sitting on the bench is another matter. He's on a lot of money as well. I'm assuming he's first team. Yeah, I'll just sneak a little backup option, mate. As much as I love you in real life, he's probably my favourite Liverpool player currently, but he can do a job. So I'm really happy so far. We've made an extra 20 million. Onto the central midfielders. We've got Jordan Henderson. In real life, I think he's very much Marmite. It's a love or hate, Jordan Henderson. Ironically, which kind of takes away from my whole Marmite analogy, I think he's all right. And he's just a decent all-rounder, and I think he does a job, and I think that's kind of setting the game. Actually, pretty good. Not great going forward, but other than that, he'll run about and do stuff, because that's what Jordan Henderson does. Then we've got Naby Keita, a box-to-box midfielder, pretty good going forward, can play in that number 10 role as well. Out wide as maybe an inside forward as well, which is quite nice. Gino Wijnaldum, who I noticed in my Man United beta save, they loaned him out, but I think he's good enough to stay in the squad. I think he's quite underattributed in real life, but he's a good playmaker in this. Then we've got Adam Lallana, 30 years old now, starting to get a bit injury prone. I might cash in on this guy. Actually, I will. He's 44 million. I'm cashing in. He's 30 years old. He's never going to be this value again. I'm selling Lallana for 40 million. I'm selling Klein for 20 million. You might be able to get more or less. I don't know, but I'm just guessing based on their value. So 60 million quid. Divock Origi, I'm selling him as well. Okay, got 80 million quid. We're doing all right, boys. Plus the 40 we've already got. 120 million quid. So we've got 120 million quid without really affecting the first team squad, which is pretty cheeky. Obviously, the Ox is out for the entire season, so he's a good player, but we'll write him off for the time being. We've got Shaqiri, new signing. Pretty... some of his mentals are poor. 3 positioning. Jesus Christ. He's standing in the car park wondering where the ball is. Work rate's pretty poor as well. I think he's turned out to be a fantastic signing, but I think he can do a job. We can't sell him anyway. He'll do a squad job for us. Remember, we've got Champions League, so we've got plenty of games. And then we move on to the front 3, plus a few, leftovers. Let's do all the others first. We got Daniel Sturridge. I like him. I don't mind him. We got Dominic Solanke. I don't think he's ever going to become that big player. I think for my personal reasons, I'd sell Solanke, keep Sturridge as the backup to Firmino, who's obviously an absolute beast. And then we've got Sadio Mane, and there's like nothing I can say about these guys. Mo Salah is good at football, just if you didn't know. So we've got 120 million plus this, we want another 140 million, unless they're going to 90%. Let's go pessimistic. 120 million pounds to spend. We could go big. We've got quite good overall squad. There's no obvious areas of weakness, so it could be like just go big on one player. What about like buying Coutinho back? Suarez? They probably won't want to come, but it'd be a nice idea, wouldn't it? If we've got any good young players, we've got one, Ben Woodburn. Still a very good player, on loan at Sheffield United this season. I'd probably let him stay there, do his bit, make sure he's getting plenty of game time, but he's going to become a very good player. There's a few players like Grujic who we can sell, Danny Ings who we can sell when they come back off loan. A bunch of players actually that probably aren't going to make it that we can sell. So there's more money to be made there. This is the first team I've really looked at that's got lots of fringe players that you can sell without affecting the team, make a load of money, and still keep the team intact. As for tactics, I would be tempted. I know the obvious is, I'm not going to do roles and stuff. The obvious is something along these lines with your front three. I'd be tempted to go full out Mane, Firmino, Salah, go full out 3 strikers. I have done some checks with it, and 4-3-3 doesn't seem quite as, it's not broken like it was. It wasn't broken last season. It was a little bit OP last season, and it doesn't seem to be the case. So I might be tempted to go something like that, you know. It does, because even players like Shaqiri and stuff can play as one of these positions if they're just dropping in a little bit deeper. Or you can do the sort of more obvious one, which is that, and get them bombing on as inside forwards. I don't think I need to go too much into the tactics of Liverpool. It's quite obvious. And then we've got Milner on the bench if we ever need a sort of sweeper, libero, Mazzella, whatever, because he'll do every job. So what am I spending me 100 million plus on? What frivolous player am I looking? Is there any positions we can really upgrade on? Not right back, because Trent. Maybe left back. If you really wanted to, I would keep Robertson because I really love him in real life. In the game, he's good. He's not world class. I might be tempted just to go massive, like Alexandro or something like that, on a left back to do that. Otherwise, the other position you could potentially do is a central midfielder. We've got lots of good central midfielders and no sort of proper world-class players, so maybe somebody that could dominate midfield. But there we go, my friends. There is our little mini guide for Liverpool. Remember, as with all the other guides, if you have tried Liverpool, if you've managed them in the beta or in previous year, or you've started them off this year, let us know your tips and tricks, any transfers that worked, formations, all that good stuff to get the best out of Liverpool. Help each other out. Put it in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.